Comfort ends where Marawa Sports Worldwide begins.
Go to work.
I would like to talk about Durban City. I'm pleased that they lost their first game against this Kukuna, judging by the way in which they treated Coach Pizzolala after he won them the first competitive cup competition. This is a growing trend, Mr. Marawa, where local coaches are replaced by imports who doesn't have got resume.
David and Parkwood, thank you so much indeed. Well, I think a lot of people share that sentiment, saying, you see, when you take these very irrational decisions in making appointments, especially when a previous coach has shown his realm, has given the club a silverware, what is the rationale towards making those changes?
If it's shaking sport, we are already on it.
Looking into the middle, and Catlana is in behind. One chance, one goal, and South Africa lead in a game they have to win. And that's a foul, quite surely in the area. Well, it has been given, has it? It has pointed to the spot for Burkina Faso. And then Cabre goes in, and I think this is going to be overturned. And they've got to get on with this. But there isn't time, because South Africa, despite losing their opening game at this 2026 WAFCON, have turned it around and come back for the brink to qualify for the quarterfinals. The 2022 champions are still alive, and they will meet the team they beat in the 2022 final, host nation Morocco, in Saturday's quarterfinal in Rabat.
Hashtag MSW.
And of course, there was this moment.
Dame Bealey coming through. It's going to be the favourite. The favourite who wins the gold medal is Dame Bealey of South Africa.
Sinisipo Dambile.
The bigger goal that I had was making sure that I win the Commonwealth, and I did exactly that, and I've achieved my biggest goal that I had for the year, so it's definitely been insane. And the fact that I was able to go out there and go as the favourite and making sure that I rise under the pressure that I had, and it shows that I am the person that I think I am.
Oh, Sinisipo, I love your confidence, man. That's why we can proudly talk about you in the same sentence as the likes of the great Frankie Fredericks. I mean, that's a major, major achievement.
That's definitely a legend, and seeing my name up there, definitely it shows that the commitment and the work that I'm doing is actually paying off. So I love that.
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
I mean, I just love the fact that we made it through yesterday. You know, we were all rooting for Banyana, and they certainly did it. They're going to be playing against Morocco on Saturday in the quarterfinals of WAFCON. All I'm saying is that I'm looking forward to a conversation tonight that we're going to be having right about 20 past. Mish Minise is in studio, Deep Kloof Ladies FC striker. I think we all know her. We know what she's capable of doing. We all know what she has done in the past, has been to a World Cup, and so much more as we look back into her very, very young career in terms of playing football. In fact, why isn't she in Morocco? I don't know. Maybe she'll tell me. This is hashtag MSW. Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Mike Greenaway, to unpack the Springbok team announcement.
Pretty well illustrated already. And Rassie has actually said it in quite a nice way. He said, this is the final test before we play the All Blacks. And it is final, and it is in fact the last test before they play the All Blacks. But it's final in terms of a test to see where certain players are. Players like Evan Etzebeth, Sia Khaleesi, Loet de Jager, guys who have multiple caps are in fact going into a test to see just how they are. Because it doesn't matter how many times you've played for the team. You have got to show that you are capable of starting in a test match against the All Blacks or against whoever it is.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
He's in a league of his own.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And it goes through to the boundary.
This is where sport breaks, bends, and gets told straight.
All of us there have our smallanyana skeletons.
Hashtag MSW on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
think a lot of you have been wondering, where on earth is he? Well, in South African football, some coaches are remembered for trophies and others are remembered for their tactics, but a very select few are remembered for shaping lives. And my guest, though, wow. It is always believed that football is about more than just winning matches. It's about creating the kind of players and also building character, leaving a legacy, and that lasts for a long, long time, way beyond the final whistle. Now, one of the country's most respected football thinkers is returning to where it all began. I mean, he is back at the institution where he once also helped to build, now known as the Africa School of Excellence, under the new ownership of Chipper Group as head of the football development. Now, after years on the touchline in the Premier Soccer League and also most recently with Baroka FC, they call him Dance. He is stepping away from the pressures of professional football to focus on what he believes, though, matters most, which is discovering, nurturing, developing South Africa's next generation of stars. Now, his vision is bold and also uncompromising, as you would expect from Dance Malesela. Also creating a unique football philosophy, producing some of the special players, restoring the School of Excellence as well as one of the country's premier talent factories. So tonight, we're going to be welcoming one of South Africa's great football minds. I mean, a coach, a mentor, also a developer of talent. He is the new head of football development at the Africa School of Excellence, Dance Malesela. Thank you so much for your time. Drive safely. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Robs. It's been a while.
I know. That's why we had to hunt you down. And they said no. He has got a new appointment. He's been enrolled in the School of Excellence. Firstly, congratulations. Good to have you back in football. What's the feeling like?
Oh, it's very great, particularly where I come. That's where I come from, where I started, where my coaching all started, where I was taught and learned and taught other people as well.
How and where did Siviwe Chipambengesi give you a call and say, listen, I want you to be part of this project, and most especially I want you to head this project?
Now, the honest truth is that I called him because I saw some boys in my hometown, and I wanted to get how they can get into the school because I saw a lot of potential. And, one thing led to another. We just then diverted and said, yes, I forgot that you were, in the development structures for some time. So can we not talk, let's make an appointment and talk. And, everything resulted into what is happening now.
So that conversation centered on what? I mean, put us into the picture there. We were not there. You were there. Siviwe Mbengesi was there. What were you guys talking about? What was it about the project that said to you, I want to be a part of this?
Well, obviously, it was mostly what I obviously thought of, because I had to do a lot of thinking and saying, hey, do I go back to the school or do I want to stick to this thing? And I said, hey, coincidentally, there's a guy I met in the street. He just said to me, hey, coach, I wish that you could just forget about all these things. Just develop players for this country, please. And I said, it depends. We'll see. And when he started saying, no, can you come and direct this thing and lead this thing, I just obliged. We didn't speak for too long. I just said, okay. And he told me the vision of the school, and I said, okay, I'm in. So, yeah.
I love the fact that you said, hey, you in, man. Because you've spoken in the past, Dan, about the fact that we must produce special players. In your view, what makes that truly, truly special player?
Most of the time, my direction or the direction I take is always to say, what can I bring into the head of the player? Because these players come with talent. And when they come with talent, you've got to bring in an element that is just not there. how players must think around the game, what they need, how they need to negotiate the ball and the opponents and all of that, So it's more of a mental thing for me, because if you can be smart in the game, then you are a better player, You become a team player automatically, because a lot of our players sort of try to individualize the game and all these things when it's more of a team thing.
Wow. And do you believe, though, that when you look at the Premier Soccer League or the Betway Premiership, to be more specific, yes, please don't tell me about Rele Mofokeng or Oswin Opolis, because those are obvious and they've shown us, and whether it's at the national team or for Pirates, those are obvious talents. Do you see anybody else? Do you see a couple of players that can reach that mark, that can claim the tag of being called a special player?
Yeah, they hire a lot of players, but it's just how we, without mentioning names, it's just how they are taught to behave on the field, how we teach them, to do things. The unfortunate part, especially with the players that I coached before and they went on to play in the PSL, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, is that when they are with me, they are good. And as soon as they leave and they go somewhere, because most of them will get greener pastures, because I've been always with that will probably sell players. But as soon as they leave, those players change. Maybe it's because the way they are told to play, as opposed to how I told them to play. I see a lot of these players not having the independence that I gave them.
What takes that away, though? Is it foreign coaching that comes through from, let's say, a coach from a different part of the world that doesn't understand how that player can be best served to get the best out of his given or God-given talents?
I think it's the coaching of people, Sometimes I think it's just not understanding, particularly the South African player, because most of the time I've been fortunate to be working with a lot of South African players as opposed to foreign players. So it's just probably not understanding. Because to be honest, you come to the country, you need to teach yourself the behavior of our coaches, our players, and how they can handle things, and what they can do and what they cannot do. And I've seen so many times that I would have this player at a particular position playing for my team, but at the same time, then he goes to another club and he's playing elsewhere, and I already know in my head that this is going to hurt this boy.
Sure. Now, you got the unique football philosophy that you've spoken about before. So what will the Africa School of Excellence identity look like under your leadership?
Well, obviously, the same philosophy I always follow, that I know a lot of South Africans say possession is overrated. You hear it from all corners. When matches are being commentated, it's fine. They say possession is overrated, but possession won the World Cup. And the best in football thrive on possession. But it's not just possession; it's possession with intention. So that's the element I want these boys to. You want to watch. I hear a lot of people saying, "No, now we are no longer interested in watching matches." Sometimes you find people when you are sitting with your friends and you're watching matches, the other one is having a discussion. They're not really paying attention, as opposed to sometimes when other teams are playing and people pay attention, and there are no more whoos and whas. Wow, yeah. So I want a situation where these boys, somebody can say these boys are not this age.
Yes, were they doubting? Were they doubting and saying that this is an old man? Yeah.
Yeah, I want us to create that situation at the School of Excellence, at the Africa School of Excellence, that there must be a wow factor when the boys are playing, to say, oh, that was intelligent, oh, that was that. Hey, look at that boy, and you need to struggle to select who is the best,
Sure.
From the goalkeepers to the attackers.
And I'm glad that we're having this conversation, Dance, while a lot of people are stuck in traffic. They're driving, they've picked up their kids dream of being great footballers. They always come here, they ask and say, listen, I have a kid, here's his profile, he's very, very talented, he's very, very good, which we understand, because we've got to believe in our children. But also, the parents have got to play a role. I mean, we saw an ugly scene over the weekend where parents and players, everybody was just punching each other because, the very same parents have put undue pressure on children to outperform themselves, to almost be like professional superstars, and they scream and they shout and they insult each other on the touchline. So what I'm asking you is, what role do you believe that parents play in a young footballer's development? What advice do you have for them as a final question?
No, I think parents need to be fair. I'm glad you asked me this, because it's a broader thing. And say for instance you're holding child, and this parent's child scores a goal or two, but when you look at the amount of talent, you realize it's not going to work out. With that goal, even then Malesela could have scored at his age. But the parents, because we love our kids, we want them to just be selected. The same thing in matches when they are being or they are on the losing side. We just don't want to admit that my child is on the losing side. We don't look at it with that fair eye. And so I think the role that parents should do is just be honest with the kids. Look at him. Does he know football? If you can't analyze, then ask the coaches. You are free. For me, you are free to ask me, what is it that my son has or my daughter has as a problem, and as a footballer as well. So we need to be honest with our kids. Let's not force them, because sometimes there is this thing, especially with the school. I know with the schools. When a child is struggling somewhere, academically struggling, and then we want to change and say, no, let's take him to football, when maybe both are not working out. Maybe find something else, maybe find a skill, a technical school and whatever. Because football is very special. That is why it is not played by everybody.
Yeah, it's a special message, Dance, and maybe a conversation that we ought to have one of these days. And I wish you everything of the best, Baba. I'm happy for you. It's a good playground for you. And I think you will find happiness once again in terms of your God-given ability to spot talent, to work with talent, and to encourage naturally gifted players to do what they do on the field of play. And everything of the best at the Africa School of Excellence as the head of football development. Dance Malesela, I appreciate you, sir.
No, I'm grateful for this opportunity, and thank you, Robs.
Thank you very much indeed. Dance Malesela, as you know, back in football, and I think I'm very, very excited, and so should a lot of parents and kids.
Hashtag MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. Hashtag MSW.
No two vibes are the same. That's why the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8 is built to adapt to your aesthetic. With its iconic flip design, a customizable flex window, and Galaxy AI, it keeps up with the way you live. That's on Vibe Maxing. Pre-order the new Galaxy Z Flip 8 and get up to 1,000 Rand worth of accessories. Offer available at participating stores until 12 August. T's and C's apply.
At to cards. Love it.
Let's clear your card when I get.
For real?
Yeah, bo. With my cashback from My Way, I will be getting 10% of my premiums back for staying claim-free for 2 years. So I'll have some extra cash to spoil you and let you live your way.
Dad, you're the best.
Real people, real cars, real rewards. For a quote, visit myway.co.za. My cashback is a feature on qualifying products paid after 2 claim-free years and all premiums paid. Premiums are risk profile dependent. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply. My Way. Live your way.
Don't just fly. Soar toward big wins with Lotto Stars Aviator. Place your bet from R2 and watch as the multiplier climbs. Will you cash out in time? Up to 50 million rand in payouts could be yours in seconds. Bet now at lottostar.co.za. Your world of live games.
Lotto Stars licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. Winners know when to stop. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Don't worry, bro. That noise just means the engine is purring. Like a lion.
It's not a purr, man. Your clutch is slipping. Pull into Goldwagen right now.
Goldwagen? For Nissan?
Yes. They supply precision-engineered Schaeffler clutches, wheel bearings and timing kits for Ford, Hyundai, Nissan and more.
Wow. What about Toyotas and Suzuki's?
Goldwagen has quality vehicle parts for every brand.
Okay, I'm going.
Goldwagen. Keep on driving.
Checkers brings you better freshness, better choice, and better value every day. On deals like Jacob's Kroning Instant Coffee 200 or 230 grams, any 2 for 299 Rand, save 101 Rand. And Finish dishwashing tablets 45, 50 or 56 per pack for 229.99, save 60 Rand. Plus get up to 40% back in U-Count rewards with your qualifying Standard Bank card. Valid until 10 August, only at Checkers.
Here's something more South Africans should know about. Some of the biggest advances in health are happening right here at home. Like local researchers helping develop a new TB vaccine called M72 that could stop the disease before people become seriously ill. And programs like Coach Impilo are helping men living with HIV overcome stigma and stay on treatment through peer support and private chat guidance. It's South Africans making a difference. Supported by the Gates Foundation for 25 years. Partners of Human Potential.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
But there was no stopping Sinisifo Dambile. And he's already won the 50 here. Chad Leclerc, you're a star.
I'm joined by a sports reporter from The Citizen, Wesley Patim, South Africa, with the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Wes, Sinisifo Dambile, I mean, that sub 20-second gold in the 200 meters, absolutely sensational as far as I'm concerned. I mean, how significant is that achievement for SA Athletics?
Track and field athletics at the moment, for some reason over the last 10 years, our sprinting has gotten better and better and better. It's kind of wobbly at the moment. We have some very talented youngsters, Kani Simbine, who's kind of at the back end of his career, and we need guys who are stable enough and consistent enough to perform. And I think the one person that stood out in South African sprinting this year is Sinisifo Dambile.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Right, Mish Minise coming up shortly, but we just got this voice note asking us a frequently asked question. So, yeah, here it is.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Good evening to all the shareholders. It's Big Mike here in Kensington. Mr. Marawa, just a quick one, man. Regarding the VR, what's going on there, my good sir? Can you just please clarify for us from what you know, from the best of your abilities, like from your understanding? Because we were promised this, and then last minute we were told that it's too expensive. And then I heard who's this one person came forward. I don't know if it was Mr. Zung or someone. Sandile Zung, yes, he did mention something that they're gonna buy the first half before we go to the second round. But last time we were promised the VAR before the start of the brand new season. Can you please, Mr. Marawa, update us regarding that scenario? Big Mike in Kensington, Mr. Marawa. Great show as always, sir.
Big Mike, you know what? I remember a conversation I had with the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture during our time at the FIFA World Cup in Atlanta. And I say now again that forget about it. I said to the minister then, he was quite adamant. He said, when the season starts, I said, forget about it.
I've done everything I can do. I've given the money. I've sent them around paying for them, the referees associations and the team, to go and benchmark with other countries. I took journalists with them so that they can report the truth and not what I'm going to say. What's happening, I wrote a letter last week to SAFA. I said, how far are you? And then SAFA said they'll meet the next day. So it's on track. But that is where I can't interfere now. So VAR have done everything possible. SAFA and the people say it's on track for next season. So I would ask SAFA also to bring out a statement immediately after the World Cup and tell us dates. I like dates. When will we have VAR? Which date?
So as far as VAR, thanks for the clarity, because we keep hearing different things in different times. And I can, and I'm not being a pessimist, I'll tell you that come the start of next season, there'll be no VAR. So whatever SAFA is saying, they are saying, and I wish them well, but it's not going to happen. I don't think at this stage, I would want it to happen, but we can't. I don't think we've got the capacity to showcase under VAR every single game in a 16-team league yet. What is the center? What is the base? Where they're going to be viewing this? And have we got adequately trained referees in that sector to cover all those? Because you can't have VAR for Chiefs and Pirates or Chiefs and Sundowns, but you don't do that for Polokwane City versus Chippa United, and you use it as a secondary game. Yeah. I think those are my feelings. Those are my feelings then. Those are my feelings today on the 5th of August, 2026. I don't know what you think, guys. You let me know. You've seen what happens and what's been happening as far as VAR is concerned. But we will have a more serious conversation around VAR pretty soon. I'll let you know when, with the right people. I don't like to have conversations with the wrong people. The right people will be coming into studio to give us more clarity on that. We are 5 days into celebrating, Women's Month, and we celebrate the women that continue to rewrite history. Also, they shatter all of these stereotypes and inspire a new generation to literally just dream bigger. And that is why our next guest embodies exactly that spirit, from the dusty streets of Mitchell's Plain, where she had to prove that football wasn't just a game for the boys, to wearing the green and the gold of South Africa. Starring for, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns ladies, overcoming heartbreaking injuries as well, and now beginning an exciting new chapter with Diepkloof Ladies Football Club. Now, hers is a story, I can boldly say, a story of resilience, a lot of courage along the way, unwavering belief. And she's also represented Bantwana on the world stage at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, and also becoming one of the country's most feared strikers. She also fought her way back, though, from that long-term injury. She'll tell us about that. There was a lot of determination, believe you me. She's never stopped, though. She's never stopped inspiring young girls to believe that their background should never, ever define their future. I'll tell you about her motto. I was quite inspired by what she believes in life, though. All I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, hey, Mish Minise is in the house. Mitch, good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, sir.
How are you feeling? You good?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. A lot of people are saying, why aren't you in Morocco? So I'm asking you that question on behalf of everybody else.
I'm not sure.
Do you believe you should have been?
I believe I should have been there.
Yeah.
I have a strong belief.
So what happened? Be honest with me, because I know you're a dreamer. You dream of being on the big platforms. You dream of so many things. You've been to the World Cup before. So being to a WAFCON at your age would have been something that you would have probably thought, hey, come 2026, that's where I'm going to be.
Exactly.
What do you think happened?
I think I must put more effort in.
Yeah.
Because now I have a new journey at the new club. And it's a new team. Mm-hmm. We only started this year. So, yeah.
But you're not injured anymore. I know that there was a stage where we were also worried about you. Like, is she ever going to recover? What's going on?
No, I'm not injured anymore. I'm free agent.
But did they call you, though? I know that they usually have that, the squad, the prelim squad that they have, and they call a bigger number of players to come into camp so that they can assess them and so on. Did they call you for that prelim squad, or they didn't even?
They didn't call me.
But were you disappointed by that?
But I was a bit disappointed, yes, about it.
Did you question yourself in terms of why?
No, I didn't question myself.
Did you speak to anybody? Because I know the minute I put up the e-card or the poster to say that you're coming onto the show, one of the first people to react was your former coach at Sundowns, Jerry Shabalala. He was like, there's plenty of goals in that lady. She can score. You remember Jerry? You remember the input he had?
Yes.
How much did you learn from him?
A lot, quite a lot. Especially when I started playing by Sundowns. He was not only a coach, but he was a father figure also. So being with Coach Jerry was a huge opportunity for me to play by Sundowns because Coach Jerry was pushing me.
And you believe you learned a lot under him and you were able to express yourself, be a happier player, score all the goals that you could score?
Yes, I believe because he gave me that role that you can go in on that field. Even if he gave you 90 minutes plus 5 minutes extra time, he know that Minnie's going to score 3 goals for me. So he believe in me. That's why I'm saying that he is a very good coach.
Now, for you personally, and I know that a lot of ladies who've come onto the show, they've always said they've had to struggle so much. You grow up in a township, you have a love for football, but not too many people believe that you're doing the right thing by playing football. Then you end up playing with some of the boys because they can give you greater competition and opposition and maybe even challenge you so much more. When did you realize that you had a talent in football?
When I started playing football at a young age, when I was 5 years old with boys. So I was like, this football is not only for men, but it's for women also. So at the end, I was like, let me just try the sport. And from there, I went and then I played for Santos when I was 12 years old. After that, I reached by under 17 Botswana to play for the World Cup in qualifiers.
Sure, that was big though. For you to travel, where was it, Uruguay?
Yes.
Was that your first major international trip?
It was my first
How
major.
did it feel?
I was excited.
Yeah? It's a long flight though,
It's
eh?
a long flight.
But you didn't feel it because you were excited.
Yes.
And when you got to the World Cup, what did you feel the expectations were? Because now you're representing your national team, you're singing the national anthem, all eyes are on you. Do you remember what the feeling was like?
The feeling was excited because I knew that I'm going to make the country proud and the community where I come from. Because where I come from, it's not quite well placed, but it's not where you come from, it's what you are doing with your sports.
The nickname, Big Name Cracker.
They gave me that name there by under 17 because I used to crack the goals.
From a distance? Though.
Yes.
From far. You didn't wait to get into the box, right?
Yes.
And was that something you trained for? I know that you've given a lot of credit to your dad as well for supporting you, for almost becoming your coach at times. And for you to have that ability, I've seen some of your goals though, long range goals.
It's because of my daddy, because he was my coach when I was young.
Yeah.
So he always shouted me on the field to score. Yeah. So it's because of him I can say where I am now. He was always there for me on the side. Wherever I play, he will go with me on the field. He will shout at me, you better score goals. So I'm saying that he trained me very hard.
But he knew what you were capable of.
He knew.
And that's why he pushed you.
Yes.
You don't regret that one bit. How does it feel about you today?
It makes me feel like I can thank only God that he gave me that father figure that he have. Because we don't get some people like that who's always going to stand next to you through your journey. So he's the one who always pushes me.
What's your message to him?
I want to say thank you very much, Daddy, for always believing in me and for always pushing me, even if there's hard times. But I thank you very much.
What does he say and what did he say would be your ultimate goal? Where did he visualize you playing in the world? I mean, you see some of the Banyana players, you see, Tembi's out there in Mexico, you see Linda is in Scotland, there's also, I think, Monga's in Denmark and so on. So all these players are scattered around. You've seen Jermaine Seposino is still in Mexico even right now. She continues to play there. What is your dream?
My dream is to play overseas.
Any specific country?
Any country.
Any team?
Any team. My dream is to play overseas.
Finished. And what is your motto in life? Because you're a deep thinker. Huh? Somebody whispered in my ear that there's a certain motto that you live by. What is that?
I just want to show the people that there's a girl out there who are hungry for football and who always push even through the hard times.
So is that why you believe in against all odds?
Yes.
All the time?
All the time.
Hey, where did you get that's deep thinking? Was that also from your father?
No, it's from me.
It's from you?
Yes.
Just an empty space, and you coming back to me is against the odds, and that's what I've got to face.
That's why she says, take a look at me now, right? Hey?
Take a good look at me now, 'cause I'll still be standing here, and you coming back to me is against all odds. It's the chance I've got to take.
That is inspiration right there, hey? How do you feel? The song's going to be one of yours that I'm going to put in your playlist.
Okay.
I'm going to go grab your phone and I'm going to put it there, even without your permission. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Is that fine? But then, I mean, was there ever a moment, and I want you to answer this when you come back from the break, when you ever thought about walking away from the game itself? Was there a moment where you almost felt defeated, or have you always been inspired? So hold on to that question. I want to get it from you when you come back from the break. Ladies and gentlemen, I see some of your voice notes asking some very important questions to my superstar here in the studio tonight, Mish Minise.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Chamberlain is now in the 4th generation and at 10 locations throughout Gauteng, with a new branch in the East Rand in September. Our differentiator is our long-serving and loyal staff, available and knowledgeable. Can we help you? Big on stock, strong on service, built on values. Chamberlain, famous for hardware since 1903.
Everybody has that one life hack they live by, like a secret route that gets you to work on time every time. But when colds, flu, and a blocked nose block your flow, the only hack to clear your way is Sinupret Plus and Sinupret Syrup. It clears congestion by helping relieve inflammation, loosening thick trapped mucus for a 4-day faster recovery from acute colds, flu, and sinusitis. So don't dry it, drain it with Sinupret. Sinupret, a product of Orstel, medicine with a conscience.
You hear that? That's the sound of business execution finally visible. No more chasing people and reports, no more disconnected systems, no more guessing if our business is performing or not. iStratGo connects strategy, people, performance, and day-to-day work into one clear software platform, so leaders can see what's working, what's not, and where to focus. Because when execution is visible, everything runs better. Book a demo on iStratGo.com. ISTRATGO.com.
There comes a moment when you stop chasing the next thing and start choosing what truly fits your life. The Bike X55 Plus Premium and all new B30 are built for those moments. Premium design, intelligent technology, refined comfort, exceptional value. Because success isn't about making a statement, it's about making the right choice. Visit bikesa.co.za to explore the vehicle ranges or book your test drive today. Bike, drive your ambition.
As a mom, you're the moment maker. With Lancewood by your side, of course. The everyday breakfast toast spreader. The snack-packed lunchbox maker. The don't forget this for later packer. The one more hug before you leave, and sister. And when everything quietens down, a moment for yourself taker. With creamy, indulgent spoonfuls of Lancewood double cream yogurt. Obviously. Lancewood. Quality time.
So, my man, how much is the oil change service going to cost me?
That whistle is the sound of a bill you didn't budget for.
Oil change. Cam belt. Brakes.
Get 100% cover on all valid claims. That means no unforeseen out-of-pocket costs. Get an easy drive vehicle plan from Volkswagen without the...
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Mike Greenaway to unpack the Springbok team announcement. And it's hard to believe, though. I mean, you talk about Sasha Feinberg and Mgomezulu, who's only, 24 years old, and the fact that he last played in May. I mean, he was injured in that URC quarterfinal against Cardiff and Cape Town, but the competition is there, Mike.
It's the number one Springbok fly half, and we know that now. I mean, you get Springbok supporters saying, "Oh, but Andre won us 2 World Cups," and he did. But times change, and Sasha he is the Richie Mo'unga that the All Blacks wish they had. A generational talent and
#MSW. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
All right, my guest tonight right here on the show, #MSW on a Wednesday. Mish Minise is my guest, playing for Diepkloof Ladies Football Club. What a great talent. And I see on social media a lot of you are reliving some of the moments that you've seen her perform in, and some of the voice notes.
Hey, Uncle Rob and Jebron in studio. I hope that you're good. I'm all the way in Eswatini. Mish Minise, you are an incredible, young, talented footballer. For what you do in football, continue what you do. I would have loved to see you part of the camp in regards to WAFCON 2026, but I do believe that moving forward, there's more doors opening for you. Love, Mal.
All the way in Eswatini, Swaziland. Hey, people listening to you, they love you and they want to see the best in you. I mean, based on what that voice note says, you haven't given up hope. And that's what I was saying to you before the break, was there ever a moment where you felt like you want to walk away from the game itself?
I can say there was a moment that I felt like that, but I told myself that I'm still young. I can still push. That is why I came back this year, and I'm still pushing.
Who were some of your football idols when you were growing up? When you were younger, who did you admire?
To be honest, I don't have anyone. My idol is me.
You are your own idol. I love that, though, because you can only idolize the person that you know. And I mean, we were just talking off air, and we were speaking about how when people started to get to know about you, and I think there was an article that was written in one of the newspapers, and they said, she looks like Ronaldinho's daughter, and they were likening you to him because of your appearance. How did you take it?
For me, when I see the pictures, we look alike, like really. And for me to say it, he inspired me because he's a very, very good player. He's a very, very good footballer. So I'm excited even if he's not my daddy, but still, I love the way he was playing.
Was a great player. I
He was
mean, for a player to have been a World Cup winner, to have won the Ballon d'Or, to have won the UEFA Champions League, to have been the FIFA Player of the Year, to gazillion things that he won in his career, and also to play football with that little, what do you call it?
Ponytail.
The little ponytail there. But enjoy, the game and show us his skill and make the ball talk on his body and everything else. Do you feel that you have the same level of expression with the ball? Do the coaches give you that opportunity to express yourself?
They give me the opportunity to express myself. I feel like it's similar to him when I play football.
Ah, have you watched the documentary?
I didn't.
Not yet. Hey, I must speak to David, hey? Why are they locking you out there of Netflix? They need to open the channel there for you to watch. But having moved and you've tasted what Sundowns is like, now with Deep Kloof Ladies, what would you say is the biggest difference in playing for them?
I'm in a new environment. I'm with new people, good people, with a young team who have talent, players who have talent. So for me, I feel happy and excited to be with them, with the new team.
And they welcome you, and it's all like a family.
They are a family. They welcome me very, very nice.
All right, so a lot of people that are watching on the YouTube channel, and you can post your comments there. And if you think she's lying or I'm lying, you can have a look on the YouTube channel. You'll tell me who she resembles as well. Neo Malepo says that, he says, my brother, I used to call her Ronaldinho's sister. Sundowns ladies let go of a gem. Might have missed it. Why did she leave Sundowns? So that's a question coming through from Neo. We expected you to stay there at Sundowns. What happened?
That one I won't answer.
Difficult.
It's very difficult.
Politics. But not your fault, though. You just want to play football.
Exactly.
But you don't regret leaving. You had to leave because now you have a chance to play football again.
Exactly.
And then the national team is still within your sights. You're still a young person, born 2001, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Your birthday's coming up now in November. Hey?
Yes.
All right, here's another voice note.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Mish. Rob, you are talking to one of the female players that I admire because of her explosiveness and the skill and the talent and the determination that she plays football with. And it's rather unfortunate that things did not work out at Sundowns. And I need to find out from you, Mish. You were unveiled as one of the marquee signings at Sundowns and things did not work out. How did you feel when you were released by the team? And how did you manage to recover from that setback? Wishing you all the best.
Yeah. I suppose a lot of people will be interested. I know that you don't want to talk about it, but how do you feel having moved out of that environment at Sundowns? Because Tebogo's right. You were seen as one of the marquee players and signings when they brought you along there, but now you're no longer there. What's the feeling?
For me, the feeling, I'm excited because I'm still young. And there's a lot of opportunity for me outside. So I'm happy where I am now, and I'm excited because I know there's a lot of things that's going to come my way.
And they will, though. You can't be as talented as you and things don't work out. Because I kind of go back to the very same 2018 when you represented South Africa at the World Cup in Uruguay. And that precluded a season now where I think it was 2021-22, where you scored 22 goals in the league. And you were the second top goal scorer then, only shading by 2 goals. It was the top goal scorer was your teammate, and she had scored 24. And I mean, Boitumelo Rabale is somebody that I also admire in terms of how she plays. But what was the feeling then, having to score 22 goals in that season and be the second top goal scorer?
The feeling was excited because I just signed at Sundowns that year. I told myself this is my goal for the year. I want to have maybe say 25 goals, but it didn't happen. But I was still happy with the 24 goals, because it's not easy to come in a team, and when you are new, you don't show yourself. So I'm happy that I saw myself.
And what an achievement, because with football, there are those highs that you get, and then there's also the lows. And one of the lowest lows that you can ever think of is what every football player dreads, which is to be injured. And you had to go through that period where you were injured. We didn't know how long it was going to take. What did that period teach you?
That period just teach me that I need to be strong, because I'm still young. I can still come back, even though it's hard. But I always tell myself that I believe in God and He will make a way for me. And He did make a way, and I came back, and I came back very strong.
Because then in 2024, you were just, 22 years old then. And a lot of the doctors were saying that, she'll be fine. There was a lot of worry, because sometimes when you see a shining star like you, and then you get injured, and we all worry that, is she ever going to come back and be as strong? And we've seen you become strong and stronger and stronger. Would you say that it's part of your faith? Because you do mention and attribute God for a lot of your success. How religious a person are you?
For me, it's my faith, and for my mommy, my late mommy.
Yeah.
She always told me, you need to push hard, because where I come from wasn't easy. So I do it for her, and I will always do it for her.
Tell me more about your late mom.
She was a very supportive mom. Even though if I go and play, I travel, she will always tell me, Misha, don't forget to pray, or she will pray over the phone. So she was a very, very, very supportive mommy.
I mean, if she was here with us right now, how do you think she'll feel about you and the successes that you've achieved? And the fact that here you are now, speaking to the whole of the African continent on this platform.
She's very, very happy. She will be very, very happy, because she will see that a child, she's going the highest mountains. She's climbing the highest mountains, even though if things is hard, but she's pushing.
Now, the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture is somebody who supports sport. He believed when Banyana lost the first game, he put up his post on Twitter and encouraged everybody, and, basically saying that it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. The ladies made it through yesterday. But coming back to redirect something to the minister, if there was a minute to ask him something, tell him something, request something from him, and he's listening right now, what would you address to the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture?
I will just tell him that you must keep on believing in women's football.
He must never stop.
He must never stop.
Why must he believe in women's football? Where do you think it's lacking? A lot of people say, and I think you've also said it yourself in previous interviews, that because it's not professional, it is difficult to reach a certain level and be comfortable. You always have to be doing something else other than playing football, which a lot of countries who have professionalized their game don't worry about anything else except to wake up and train and eat well and train and keep fit. And, for you, how far do you think we are from reaching that?
I think we are not that far. I think we are getting there. But if we can get more sponsors and more sponsors, and if we support each other.
You believe there's little support at the moment?
There's very little support.
Do you believe, though, that those stereotypes are still there where people don't take women's football seriously? I was looking at this WAFCON, and if Morocco are not playing, we're looking at empty stands. No one's attending the games. The players are playing, but there's no, bums on seats, basically. does that break their hearts? Like if you were to be in that situation, he has a big tournament, but there's nobody.
I think that if we can get more, if we can support our ladies, we will also do better. Because there's no support. There's no support for our ladies. Because at the end of the day, if the stadium is full, you can feel like you have people you play for on the stadium.
Do you believe that the current Banyana can beat Morocco on Saturday?
I have fully believed they can beat Morocco.
Who's taken your position? Now, when I talk to that person, who's taken your position? No, I mean, from the team that's there. So, okay, put yourself out of it. From the team that's there, who plays in the position that you would otherwise be playing in?
Striker.
Who?
Tembi.
She scored beautifully yesterday.
She's brilliant. She's good.
She's a superstar. And she also came from what? A very serious injury.
Yes.
But then she bounced back. And look at what she's doing right now. Ludwig, I thought, had a good game. Had a chance to, score. But what I was happy about is that the more they get to play together, her and Tembi, the more they get to understand each other. That was just my feeling yesterday, that she shouldn't beat herself up for not converting that opportunity. What would your message be, though, to the ladies ahead of their game against Morocco, so that they know that back home, Mish Minise is watching, and this is your official message to them? What would you say to the ladies?
I will say, Banyana, we believe in you guys, and we know you guys can do it. Just keep on pushing for us. We will support you guys always. We are behind you.
I love that. Very quickly. See, I got 30 seconds left. All I need is one word. We're going to go through this. We're going to have fun, right? Just give me one word answers. The hardest defender you've ever faced?
In Hollywood. There's quite a lot.
One. Give me one. Give me one that when you see her, you're like, oh my God, what's going on?
Fikile Magama.
Favorite stadium to play in? All right. Best teammate you've ever played with?
Rabale.
One word to describe your football journey?
The girl who never give up.
One dream you refuse to give up on?
Football.
Complete the sentence. Against all odds, I
am yours.
Oh, Mish Minise, you are a superstar, man. So good to see you. I know we've been knocking on your door for a very long time. Thanks for giving us this opportunity finally to see you, speak to you, and really just open the door for South Africans to see who and what you're all about. I believe in what you have, and I think a lot of people believe in what you do have and what God has given you as far as talent is concerned. Never give up on that. You have our support. Let the stars shine, and let's see you playing in Europe for the team that you want to play for.
Thank you very much.
I truly appreciate you, man. Thank you so much indeed. Remember the name, ladies and gentlemen. Mish Minise, my guest right here on hashtag MSW. Back again tomorrow. It is proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Let the game begin. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. Hashtag MSW Live.